Hello everybody, my name is Sho, welcome back to my channel. So there are but two steps to awakening. There's only two. There is just two steps to the awakening process, and I'm going to share these two stages with you, and I want you to feel in as to where you are at, right? Feeling as to where you are at, because in the process of awakening it can be quite confusing sometimes, right? Where we're at, what's going on, what stage we're at, what should we focus on next, what's happening in my head and my heart, what's going on around me, why am I experiencing these symptoms or these issues, what is the dark night of the soul, where are we, who are we, who am I? There's so many questions spiraling around our head. What's my purpose? Am I here for a reason? Am I from the stars? Is everything just matter? Should I listen to the scientists, or should I listen to God? Shall I listen to Jesus? The list can go on. We're all very confused, and I don't think there's really any complete and full answers from anybody. I don't think that exists. I think it's an endless sea of mystery and curiosity, and then thus excitement and exploration of what real is, what this is, what play is, what our life wants to be. So, after that blast, let me begin. The first stage of the awakening process, and there is just two, right, is when you realize that the steering wheel isn't connected to the car. When you realize that the steering wheel isn't connected to the car. Take that as you wish. I interpret it like so, that what I think I'm doing with my ego and where I'm going and what I'm trying to make happen and what's going on and the direction I'm going and the decisions I make and da-da-da, right? When I realize that steering wheel that I am trying to turn with my decisions, right, with my choices, right, with what I'm doing in life, is somehow unrelated to the direction I'm going. Somehow it's unrelated to what the F is happening. Can you relate to this part of the journey? It's like, why? Why is it happening like this when I'm trying to control it like this? I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to achieve this, I'm trying to go this direction, I'm trying to turn like this, but this thing keeps happening. The car's moving that direction, why? And then this segue comes in, and this like side issue comes in, and then the issue comes up in our life, and then this seemingly blind-sighted problem appears in my unfolding of this existence. Can you relate to this kind of level of despair, lack of control, confusion? I can imagine many of you can. I can imagine many of you can, because I can. I've been there, and to some extent am still there, because I don't know. I'm trying to know. I'm curious to know. I'm dropping in, letting go of what I think I know, and thus I think I should do. But even today, I came to the seeing and realization that through a workshop I did this morning here in Ubud with a gentleman called Rick Smith, who teaches awakened leadership, or awakened leadership. He somehow transmitted to me this. It was like I've always thought that I have to try and quiet the mind, try and quiet the thoughts, to relax the thoughts, so that I can feel the body, connect to my heart, be more embodied, live from a deeper place in my resonance. And I still believe that to some extent, but what he allowed me to understand, see and feel was that, yeah, like, isn't just awareness, being aware, isn't it just possible to watch all those thoughts that are happening and just accept them? And I liked that. He helped me see that I could, I don't know, forgive myself for having so many thoughts sometimes. He helped me see that I could just let go of the needing of pushing, striving, reaching, healing, getting somewhere other than where I'm already at. Can you relate to this? So I'm learning that today. It sort of washed over like this kind of sense of security and gentleness in my being, and I'm like, oh yeah, why am I trying so hard? I like that. The mozzies are out. It's late, it's kind of early evening here in Ubud, so the mozzies are biting me left, right and centre. So excuse my fidgetiness. So I've told you the first stage of awakening, and there are just two stages of awakening. There is the first one, when we realise that the steering wheel isn't connected to the direction of our vehicle, where we are going. To some extent, it might help a little bit, but it's not fully connected, right? Because something else is driving this process. Something deeper inside of us is driving this process. As I relax my jaw even more and play with my words. You see, it is just a curious life we get to live in, and why be so serious? Why have such a serious mind? Which much of the West does have with our indoctrinations and our rules and our regulations and our law and our upstanding citizenship that we must act in a certain way according to our nation or our religion. Pop them all. What are you? Who are you? Let go of all of that. Gone. What are you and who are you? Allow yourself to answer that question. If all of those conditions, indoctrinations, rules, regulations, where we've given our power away to, there's huge conversations in our society right now about culture, right? The culture and what culture things happened with the Dalai Lama or not. Should he have done what he did or should he not have, right? Huge in our field right now. And it's brought up a lot of stuff for all of us from many different perspectives of where we're looking at. Is there one right answer? You decide. I don't think there is one right answer because there is no such thing as right. Because right is just perspective. And we all have very different perspectives of what is true and real, what we value, what we hold on to, what we believe in. Can we find a way? Can we find a way to diffuse what we are holding on to and our anger, which is what this situation has done, so that we can move beyond it? Move beyond it and feel clearer and lighter. Because those old systems of establishments and power over and looking up at the man in the sky going, yeah, that holy person, that world is going. You now are claiming the fullness of that power inside of yourself. We all are. There is nobody outside of you or I that is more important than you. You are the most sovereign, centered, powerful being that can exist in the cosmos, because you are, at the depth of your being, the cosmos. You are that God thing as well as an individual, matter-based body, animal. We are it all. We are all, the whole scale. Anyway, I'm totally sidetracking. I've got to tell you the second stage of awakening. The first stage of awakening, okay, we realize that, it's not connected to the car. Right, the second stage of awakening is getting to the point where we are okay with it. We get to the point where we're like, oh, it's okay. I'm not in control. I don't know what's going on. I can't enforce my beliefs upon the world as I see it. And there is just a surrender, a loving surrender into life itself that then can support us and guide us and love us even deeper, because we're no longer latching onto, I need to control this thing called life. And we can let it go and we can be okay with it. That process from stage 1 to stage 2 can take a long time. It can take many years to really let go of all those moments that we are, yeah. Maybe it takes a whole lifetime to really fully do that. Completely surrender in and surf the waves of life. It's possible. I'm trying my best to surrender in. A great opportunity for me came up recently in a experiential theatre role here in Ubud as a wizard, so I will be a character of a wizard in a show. And I've never acted before in my life, but I'm at the stage in my life where like it feels good to me. It feels right. It feels connected to my heart, and whoever's creating that production believes that in me too, because I feel it in my body. I'm like a full body yes to whatever this thing is, and I have the resource, time, and space to commit to crafting this character, if at all it may be inside of me anyway. The archetypes are in us all. If we've let go enough, we can just be that archetype upon reality. So we're driving the car, and we're like, oh, it's not connected to the car. Why am I turning this way, and why is the car going that way? Oh, dear me. Then we freak out, don't we? And then we are freaking out. And then, because we're freaking out, we're trying to hold on to the steering wheel even tighter. So we hold on to the steering wheel even tighter. Maybe you've noticed that in your own behaviours in life. Well, I need to control more. I need to make sure my kids act in this certain way. I need to make sure that I do this thing right on time so those people will like me. I need to do, control, commit. Right? What I'm suggesting is that more control doesn't really get us anywhere. In fact, it just puts us into more deeper boxes of abstraction of life, and then confuses us, and our heart and life will keep showing us ways to break out of it again. And this pattern will continue until you pass on from this lifetime. So the second stage, as I've shared, is can we now be okay with it? And we have to go through a process to be okay with it. And that process is letting go of the control. Letting go of the parts of us which are controlling subtly and also non-subtly. Sometimes we are quite clearly controlling our partner with the words that we're speaking, and they're like going, yes, okay. Or maybe there's more subtler undercurrents of the way that we manipulate people in our life to get what we want. That too is controlling. In the end, any control won't last, because it's not truth. Control is not truth. It's not the flow of life. It's not the current of life. So at some point it will dissolve. So we can keep holding on for as long as we can until something takes us. Or we can start loosening our grip of the steering wheel and trust that it wants to take us in certain directions. Maybe the steering wheel is slightly connected, but it's kind of moving itself, and we're like, okay, I'll go that direction instead then. Okay, I'll go that direction instead then. And so in that way we are listening to the vehicle, our body. We start to listen to the vehicle, we listen to our body, and the body tells us which direction to go in. So instead of controlling, holding, we are now, oh, okay, the vehicle wants to go this way. Our body's turning this way. So many times in my life have I experienced my body showing me. I wake up in the middle of the night, my body starts doing an asana practice as I'm waking up in the middle of the night. So I'm waking up in the middle of the night, and my body's starting to twist and turn into like different positions as I'm lying on the bed, because for whatever reason there's density or tightness or fascia tissue or whatever you want to describe it needing to be kind of like stretched or worked out in my body, so that I can become lighter and allow the current of energy to flow through me more easily, more gently, more beautifully, more flowing, as one could say. So I am being bit to shreds right now by mosquitoes, so I think I should stop this video, guys. I hope you found something useful and you've seen like a nice narrative, an abstraction of the story of this unfolding of awakening, a little bit deeper with these two stages of awakening. Where are you at? Where are you at? Are you okay with it yet? Are you okay with letting go of that steering wheel? Are you ready to trust your body versus the controlling? The roller coaster of life! So wonderful. Okay, yeah, please, yeah, if you found this video and it's a new video for you and a new channel, please like and subscribe. Like, it really helps. It's a new channel for me, and I'm still learning what it is that I want to share, and I am listening to your comments and your commentary, and trying to find a way to be of service and share stuff that can resonate and support this let's say this process of connecting deeper to our authentic self, embodying so we can feel deeper, more connected, aligned, centered, grounded, balanced, and live a fulfilling, beautiful life here. So, in a nutshell, that's what I do, I think. I'm still figuring it out. Okay, peace, love, have a beautiful day, and chat to you again soon. Ciao, ciao.